A few hours ago, I made a video about how the Lion is back, and they basically confirmed it with that trailer. Again, I apologize for the echo. I've tried to solve it, doesn't work. And now we really have a confirmation. We even have a model, and we'll get to that. First of all, it's kind of confirmed that the last Ark of Omen is about Lionel Johnson and his return. And we'll be going through this. Arks of Omen the Lion concludes the epoch-defining narrative started in Arks of Omen Abaddon, with an epic confrontation on a twisted world of cogs and iron, as the Unforgiven marshal their collective might to thwart Vashtorr's plans once and for all. Here we see a nice little preview. Yeah, I know I'm starting it weak. I should look at the model first. We have a nice little preview of the whole army of Dark Angels. It's good. The key fragments have been gathered, but the Dark Angels have begun a quest of bloody retribution, pursuing information extracted from a captive Black Legionnaire. What they find is a revelation that will shock them to the core, one so incredible that even the cool head of Grandmaster Azrael is clouded by righteous fury. Now we see a nice battle. You know where this is going. Lionel Johnson against Angron. It's amazing. Against them stands Vashtorr, Abaddon, and Angron. This trifecta of terrible tyrants is too much for any force of heroes to overcome. But the timely arrival of Lionel Johnson and Dante's Blood Angels may yet snatch victory from the jaws of defeat. If only the Lion had always been this good at turning up to sieges on time. I like how they're making like a little nab and a joke there at him. We have a nice image with him, which might be the thumbnail for this. And it says, I will teach them to fear the darkness in which they dwell, and to dread the shadows they believe their allies. For there is no greater terror hunting the Stygian void than the Lion of Caliban. I just like it. Brothers will fight brothers, angels will fight demons. Fitting. And the very fabric of reality will be torn asunder before the day is done. It's a suitable climactic conclusion to the Arks of Omen saga, and will be in your hands sooner than you might think. Good. Now that we've done this, let's look at the model. Lionel Johnson returns. I kind of made already a short video about that, but now let's look at the model. Let's look at what we have, because what we have is, in my opinion, is something that is worthy. It is something that responds well to the value this will have, especially if it's the same price as Robute. Anyway, we'll just read through this until we get to the model. Humanity faces its darkest hour in 10,000 years. Fully half the galaxy is cloaked in darkness. The Daemon Primarch of Khorne rampages across the stars, and fell Balefleets reave innocent worlds at the behest of the Despoiler and the Arkifane. The Avenging Son cannot be everywhere at once. The Imperium grasps for a light in the darkness, and the light they shall receive. The Lion has returned. I'm just gonna let this play this video. pretty good preview. Now let's look at it. Lionel Johnson, Primarch of the Dark Angels, has returned from the annals of history and humanity's time of greatest need, wielding the radiant sword Fealty and the Emperor's shield. He is a martial paragon, a hunter of beasts and slayer of traitors, stalking from the mist-rated passageways between the stars like a questing knight of old Terra. Here we have him, boys, the knight himself. An interesting aspect is that compared to his Horus Heresy artwork, he looks older. He has a beard and everything. He does look older. That the first thing that I'm gonna say is that I've observed on it is that you see the shoulder pad on I guess this is right hand or left as I'm looking at it. This is very much taken from the design and inspiration of the Sigmarines, the Stormcast Eternals. And I can just tell because I've modified them, tried to work with that, which isn't really always a bad thing, but still. He's decked out in a robe. No, it's not the robe. He does seem to have a little robe here at his feet, but it's also a cape at the same time. It looks good. The shield, it's massive, of course. He is the Primarch, let's remember that. The sword Fealty, awesome. His armor is black, the colors of the Legion. These are not the colors of the Dark Angels currently, these are the colors of the old Legion. I have an interesting theory about this, but we'll get there. Of course, this awesome miniature also comes with two Watchers, which is always nice to have. I just appreciate them. And he steps on... Wait a minute. He steps on a rock, and this looks like one of those Blade Guard, Vanguard, whatever, Primaris Marines shield, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, here we have some more look at his models. We see that he has wings of sorts as his jetpack, a bunch of iconography, one of the Dark Angels, a pelt, a lion pelt, of course. And another look at the cute little steeds, so that's always cute. A better look at his sword, which is just an oversized power sword with the Dark Angel's emblem on it. I'm gonna be honest with you there. He has a pistol, nice engraved. Then he also has a scroll on it. Same with the shield. I like the shield. You might not see it well, so I'm just gonna move the image. I love that shield. It's amazing. It has an eagle on it, on an aquila, and it has a laurel. It's golden. It's a nice throw to the Emperor of Mankind. It's called the Emperor's Shield, so of course it has a bunch of scrolls on it, those permanents or whatever. It looks amazing. The detail, I like how if you look closely, let me just see if I can just zoom in with this. No, if you look closely here, he has this, he has his name written on his shoulder pad, which, say what you want, it's a little bit strange, but it still looks amazing. The paint job is quite decent. And here's something that I like about this model, and I think you'll like it too. You see how you can have him like old-faced, but you can also have him with a helmet and a cowl. A nice helmet with wings, very, what do we call it? Very Dark Angel-ish. And his face cowled. Which is interesting because there's not a character that has his face cowled a lot like this, and that's Cypher. How will this affect things is something that remains to be seen, but these are some nice options for the head in case you're like me and you don't really like painting faces. Let's move on. Now we see him here. Oh, there's the Primaris, what's in dark green, so I suppose it's a Dark Angel. And here is Rabut Guilliman himself. I think Rabut might be bigger because there's something strange. It feels like Lionel Johnson isn't that big, though, because you have those Watchers there. I'm not sure if they modified them or they got taller or something. But it doesn't, for Primarch, it doesn't feel that big somehow. And I don't know why, this might just be me, or it really is something like that. This legendary character deserves the mother of all red carpets. And that's what Lionel Johnson is getting in Arks of Omen, the Lion. And yes, he will throw down with Angron, Daemon Primarch of Khorne, in a truly catastrophic brother-on-brother bout that's been 10 years in the making. We'll have much more in the coming weeks, back to our Adepticon hub page, whatever. So, this is most interesting. They've confirmed it. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't expect them to bring a Loyalist Primarch back. I didn't expect the Lion to be brought back until we got Fulgrim. So I was in a way expecting Fulgrim to be the one that comes back alongside Angron. Makes sense, you know. Make the whole pantheon of chaos and then, you know, and then go and find the Loyalists, find Jagatai, find the Lion. I was about to say find Vulcan again, but he'll probably just go by again like he did in the Beast Rises. Doesn't matter though. I really like this model. I've put up buying a Primarch because I don't know why for so long, and it was mostly because it was Robot Guilliman, it was the only Loyalist Primarch, and as you know, I am a faithful son of the Emperor. Fidelis, no, how was it? Semper Fidelis, always loyal. But now we have the Lion, and I think I might just get this miniature. It looks good, it feels good, and in all actuality, I really like it. And the fact that he comes with like these head options, I think Robot only comes with like one and is like this open, this helmeted one, or his face fully revealed. But still, of course, it's always a good option. I'm really sold on this miniature, and I don't think I ever felt like this until I saw my first Blood Angels. But it looks amazing. Now, where the story will go with this is going to be interesting. What really feels, or what I really think is happening, and hear me out, this is just a theory. I think we're getting to a soft reboot of 40k. Hear me out. We're getting Legion tactics in 40k, which has happened since the coming of Robot Guilliman, thanks to his, you know, whole deal and spiel and everything, bringing back the Legion tactics of old because he saw the people became way too reliant on the Codex Astartes, which was not his goal. We're seeing Primarchs being brought back. We have Mortarion, Magnus, Angron, Guilliman, now the Lion. We might just be stuck on a 4-on-4 or a 3-on-3 soon enough at some point, but still, it's still something. And I feel like they're trying to softly reboot it because with the whole gods intervening into battles, like Khorne possessing Angron and having that whole shout that turns the loyalist forces coming to fight him into berserkers, bloodlusty berserkers, who have not fallen into Khorne but just got taken away by the flow of battle. Anyway, gods intervening. We have the Dark Imperium where the Emperor actively intervenes. The Dark Imperium series, I mean, where the Emperor actively intervenes in this in the conflict between Guilliman and Mortarion, in which the Emperor saves Guilliman. We have this intervention of gods and the Emperor, and it feels like we're going back, and it's harkening very much towards the time of the Great Crusade. What we're really getting is a Great Crusade. I doubt we'll be getting a Horus Heresy style of soft reboot like now. But this throwback to the Great Crusade, I think, is interesting. And I think it opens a lot of possibilities for the future and how the game and the world will progress story-wise and model-wise. It feels like a soft reboot. I might be wrong. Sure. I could always be wrong. I could always be wrong with everything. But this is how I feel like things are going. And to be honest, I'm more open to this idea, and I'm not against it. I feel like it's worth it. I mean, in the end, we're getting Lionel Johnson with, what's it called? With black armor. But this is just my theory. In truth, I am not sure if this will happen, or if this is what they planned, or it's just a mere coincidence and I'm just catching myself up. But the most important thing is that the lion is back. You know, I'm gonna do the usual shilling stuff if you reach this part with like, comment, subscribe, whatever. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next one.